Your desires not only exist, they're here right now. Your desires are here right now. They're here right now in the vibrational sense. They're here right now in the vibrational emotion. And the thing is, the physical manifestation is so much more specific, whereas the vibrational emotional manifestation that you have access to right now on any subject that you have, that your life has caused you to basically seek improvement on, then you know what happens? That emotional manifestation is so much more general. But the thing is, the general is a little boring because there's not a lot of momentum, but it will pick up speed, because when you love the emotion, when you love the vibrational version, then there's no absence in your vibration, then there's no resistance in your vibration. And when there's no resistance, you know this from your physics, you know, the test of your physics, of your time and space, of this world that we all live in, that when there's no resistance, when there's an absence of resistance, it's gonna go. That car's gonna go down that hill. That bike is gonna go. There's going to be movement. In fact, there will be steady movement, and that's exactly what we are talking about here. We're talking about releasing resistance, and the way to release resistance is not in the vein of fixing it, because when you're fixing something like resistance, you just make it bigger. But when you're releasing it, you're soothing yourself. You're trying to make yourself feel better, because you understand that you're a point of attraction. So that's the thing. You are a point of attraction. And when you're a point of attraction, whatever you focus on, whatever you vibrate, is whatever you match. And law of attraction is always giving you what you're a match to. And the thing is, friends, you love talking about what's real. You love reality. You're so enamored with the reality that you're seeing. You're so enamored with this what is. You want to keep talking about it. You think, hey, if something is real, I should focus on it. And then you understand that, okay, there's two versions of me. I have 2 point of attractions. So if I feel negative emotion, that means that in the moment that I feel negative emotion, it means I should take a step back and be like, okay, so there's a desire, there's something that I'm wanting that I'm not allowing myself to have because I'm holding this thought. So that means that this thought is bogus. But yet, friends, even though a thought feels negative, and you understand that negative emotion means that you're not in agreement with your source energy. So this thought is, you're on your own on this thought, and so that's why it doesn't feel good, because you feel the absence of your source energy. So your source didn't go with you on that thought, because your source became the version that you wanted. Your source didn't stay in the reality. Your inner being didn't stay in the absence. So that's the thing. Your negative emotion is really because in the moment that you feel negative emotion, it's because you're not allowing yourself to go with source. You're not allowing yourself to go with the rocket. You're not allowing yourself to be the vibrational blending being that you truly are. And what that means is, you think that you feel negative emotion because when you look in your bank account right now, there's no money. And we're telling you that's not the reason why. The reason why you feel negative emotion is because you look at the money in your bank account and you feel hopeless about it. Instead of feeling a little bit more optimistic, you feel completely dreadful about it. You feel worried about it. You feel fearful about it. It's not that the money is not there and that's why you feel negative emotion. It's because you're not vibrating with the version of you that you have put in. You're not really being you in that moment, because who you really are, who your current reality is, because your desires, because this vortex is your current reality. It's your desires are present reality to your inner being. And the thing is, when we're talking about what's real, everyone can agree with you. That's real. So you should focus on it. But it doesn't matter. What other people think about you doesn't matter, because none of them are your inner being. None of them have the key to your vortex. None of them know where everything that you want is. And none of them know the path of least resistance from where you are right now, along all of your resistance to get you to wherever you want to go. No one has that power, and no one should have that power. You have many conversations and you try to defend yourself. Our human friends love being defensive. They're very defensive. They want our friends, they want each other. They're looking for understanding. They're looking for love in all the wrong places, because you think that many people, my friends, my family, these people I care about, so I can't just forget I can't just forget their opinions about me, because I want them to think highly of me. I want to be the object of their attention, and I want them to flow positive emotion towards me. And the thing is, we're telling you to do something that's typically seen as something that's very odd, because when there's people around you that really care about you, you should value their opinion. But we're telling you, none of them can give you accurate guidance unless they're in the vortex, and you don't even need them to give you accurate guidance, because none of them are your inner being, and none of them have to understand you. And we're telling you, what we're really saying is, it's weird. It is weird, but we're saying you're not normal. We're saying that the law of attraction and understanding it is not normal, because what we're really saying is the true sign of a good creator is someone who, even in the absence of what they want, is finding happiness, is still finding enjoyment in the idea. Because our human friends, they understand that their desire is here right now, because this is the thing. Your desire is current reality. It is here with you right now. And we don't mean here in the semantic sense, like semantics as in like You mean here as in, is it under me? Is it over here? Where is it? Where is it in location wise? We mean it's here with you, is breathing with you, is vibrating with you in this now moment. And all you have to do is tune to it. And the way that you tune to it is by giving your attention to it. And as you give your attention to it, whatever you're giving your attention to, let's just say you're tuning to anything. You can tune to anything at any moment, whether it's something that you're tuning to because it's real or because it's your daydream. You're tuning to it. And as you tune to it, you're going to have an emotional manifestation. You're going to have an emotion that accompanies the thought, because that's how it works. There's a thought and then there's an emotion that reflects or that tells you, because that emotion is coming from your guidance system. That emotion is your guidance system. It's telling you this thought, this thought matches the thought that your source had on the same subject, or this thought didn't. And so the absence of the negative emotion that you feel is because it's not because you don't have what you want. It's because in this thought that you just thought, source didn't go with you. So you feel the absence of source. So the negative emotion, let's say the best way we've ever said it, negative emotion is the absence of source. It's not the absence of money. It's not the absence of adoration. It's not the absence of success. It's the absence of source. So we're saying if a thought doesn't feel good, don't follow it. Don't follow that trail. And yet you want to because it's real. And you'll get over that over time, because you will get general. Getting general is really so fun, because getting general is understanding this emotional scale and understanding that you are where you are, and wherever you are, that's the only thing you have access to. You can't be in depression and try to reach for bliss, because you're going to get law of attraction won't let you take a jump that big. You have to gradually get there. And so if you're feeling depressed, try to reach for anger. And as you feel anger, as you feel like, yeah, like this is not who I am, like it's so annoying, I hate this feeling, then reach for feelings of revenge. Like, I just want to take revenge. I just want to do something, like I just want to break the wall. I want to do something that I wouldn't normally do. I want to do something bad because I've been trying to do this for so long. It's not my fault. And now you're going to frustration. As you go into frustration, then you'll go into pessimism. This must be my life. This is my life. My life is over. Like, this is how my life is. This is just the way it is. And then as you can continue to beat the drum, because we're not saying stay in anger, we're not saying stay in frustration or revenge. We're saying those are all states of being, emotions that you will meet as you reach up into the higher frequencies, aka the feelings of satisfaction. So then you go from frustration and you go to pessimism, and from pessimism you go to boredom. You say, well, that's it, like I don't really know what to do, I'm pretty much just chilling here now, like, and then now you have more of a chance to get into complacency, or whether it's satisfaction. As you get into satisfaction, then you're interested, and satisfaction turns into passion really fast, and then so on, so forth and so forth. So going general is really understanding that. Going general is understanding that your job is to find the connection. Your job is not to find the absence of source. Your job is to understand that you just found the absence of source because the thought moved really fast. Going general or going specific is all about learning how to control your own energy, when to put on the gas or when to put on the brakes. So when you feel negative emotion, that's the time to go general. We're saying you can go general because your desires are literally here right now. And the best way to talk about your desires being here right now is that it's a vibration, and you can tune to this vibration. That's all you have to do, because there's not really much work for you to do. There's no effort. It's allowing. And yet our friends, they understand that. They're like, okay, I understand that my desire is here right now, but how do I go and get it? And we have to say, this is the thing that's really interesting about our creators, is that when you from a place of insecurity, when you're like, I need from a place of conditional alignment, where you're saying, I need this manifestation right now, I don't feel good without it, so I need the final form, I need the full house, I need a mansion right now, I need the fortune right now. That's the only time that you really want the full manifestation. But when you're in the vortex, then you're just ready for the next piece, and you know why you're always ready for the next piece? Because the next piece is always enough. The next piece just satisfies you, and you're always ready for more, but it's just so satisfying, and it satisfies your appetite for receiving in the perfect way, and you just feel so satisfied. And that's the thing, because you're here trying to create the perfect house, you're trying to create the perfect partner, the perfect career, when in reality anything that you create is fine, because whatever you create is whatever is a reflection of whatever's already in your vortex right now. Because you have to ask yourself, do I want it sooner or later? And it's both, because you're eternal. You're never going to get to the point where your creations are ever completed. So don't go into this with the final manifestation in mind. Instead, have a final manifestation and have an emotional conversation about the final manifestation. Talk about how it feels, and as you talk about how it feels, get ready for the next piece, and the next piece, and the next piece. Because in just wanting to get to the final piece right now, meaning imagine you're gonna go on vacation, right? Imagine you're at home and you're just like, I'm gonna go on the plane. I'm not gonna feel good until I'm on the plane. And in that physical action journey, you understand, well, you're gonna get on the plane, right? So you'll be unhappy the whole time, but you're gonna get on the plane. Except in this vibrational reality, it doesn't work. You can't take action into a vibrational reality. So what that means is, if you're unhappy right now and you're saying, I'm not gonna be happy until I have the final manifestation, meaning I'm not gonna be happy until I have the money, the million, the fortune that I want right now, then it'll never come. Because you have to ask yourself, do I have to put more in my vortex, or have I already put enough into my vortex that I can see the results? Because you're not going to just buy one house. You're not going to create the dream house. You're going to have one house and then another. You don't have to get it right. And that's usually what it's really always about. You want to get it right at the first crack of the box, but you're eternal. You can't ever get it finished. You're not going to get it finished. Actually, in fact, you're so eternal that you actually came here because you were never going to get it done, and you can never even get it done, even if you tried. So really what we're saying is enjoy the path, because that's what we're really saying. That's what all this is really about in the truth vein of the word and of allowing. We want to get you in this allowing mode. We want to get you in this place of being satisfied and being ready for more. Being just ready for what though? Ready for the next piece and the next piece and the next piece and the next piece, because we're talking about the power. This is a true power, because what we're not saying is that, yeah, like just accept that you're not gonna have what you want and just enjoy the path, enjoy the journey. What we're saying is this is how you get to the good things, the big things, because it's all bite size. You're never gonna get an impulse that you can't enact. You're never getting an impulse that you can't actually execute right now, because you're always getting something that's always in perfect proportion to your ability to see it. So a better way to say that is source is always broadcasting to you. The thing is, can you hear? How much can you hear? And whatever you're hearing, whatever message that you're perceiving is as a result of your vibrational attunement, your vibrational tuning, your vibrational achievement to a frequency. It's never that source is giving you a message. There's no teaching going on here. Source is always giving it to you, but you're beginning to translate it more clear. It's feeling more clear. It goes from a place of just feeling like satisfaction, which has a lower momentum, to positive expectation, to knowing, to absolute appreciation, to love, to knowing, to those higher frequencies that feel like there's a lot more momentum, because it really does build to those, crescendos. But first of all, it has to come from you. Someone who felt vulnerable before anyone ever tried to make them feel vulnerable. That's always how it is. You always get more of how you feel, but you can always change how you feel. And that's what we're really saying. What we're really saying is that you literally have what you want right now. The thing is, you're always going to be split, because when you understand negative emotion, then you try to look for the final product or the physical manifestation right now, and you feel negative emotion, and you understand, well, no, it's because it's actually here. My desire is here. And yeah, you look around and you say, well, is it really here? Because I don't see any physical evidence. And that's the thing. Reality will always screw you over like that. And you always actually screw yourself over because of the way you view reality. You think that if I don't see it right now, it's never coming, but it's never like that. It's always in the becoming. That's why we say don't take a score of reality, because as you take a score of reality, you're in it for the manifestation, but you can't be in it for the manifestation, because when you're in it for the manifestation, then you don't see the manifestation, you freak out. You freak out more than you need to, because you start to trust less and you start to know less. The doubt starts to get strong and strong and strong, and then you begin to doubt. And what we're saying is your desires are done. They're happening for sure. It's 100%. And sometimes, even if that means you have to leave your body to release resistance so you can finally experience all of it and become a match to all of it. Law of attraction says you have to be a match to it. You can't be a match to the absence. You have to be a match to the presence of what you are wanting. And actually, it's very easy, because all you have to do is just feel good about your desire. And in feeling good about your desire, you're going to be ready for the next piece. You're going to receive the next piece and the next step and the next impulse and the next piece. And the next piece is never going to be the biggest piece. It's always going to be like, go here, do this. Go do your laundry at this time, listen to this song, watch this video. And we're saying recognize the path because of how you felt before the impulse came. You have to tell the difference between a thought that you thought and a thought that you received. And the way to know the difference between receiving a thought and thinking a thought is how you felt before the thought came into your mind, because you're always receiving. But how do you know if you're receiving from fear or from the receiving mode of your source vortex energy? So friends, you're doing amazing. There's no piece that you're looking for that will click in, and once it clicks in, everything will come. Because the thing is, everything will come. There's no final consensus of what everything even is. You're gonna get this and then that and that and that and that, and you're always gonna be asking for more. You're gonna get the iPhone that you've been really wanting, and then you're gonna realize, I want another one. I want a better one. I want an updated one, because your desires are always completely ready to be not negotiated, but always ready to be amended. You're always amending your desires. You're always coming up with new gyrations of it, and it's really so fun. Creation is so fun because you know how to do this. You're molded in clay. You can make yourself feel better. That's the real freedom that you're looking for. It's not the freedom of reality, because that makes you go crazy. It's not the feeling of being able to think whatever thought you want. It's actually the power to mold the clay of your thoughts so you can feel however you want to feel right now, because that's the freedom that you're really looking for. Because you can't feel good in the absence and not receive the presence, because when you're feeling good in the absence, you're feeling good with the version of it that you have right now, because your desire is present. It is real. It's here now. And as you feel good in the idea of it, as you feel good with it, as you harmonize with the vibrational version of it, the emotional version of it, meaning you reach for the feeling of it, you reach for the subtle and vibrational form, and you're feeling satisfaction with it, the absence just trickles away. And in absence of the absence of your manifestation of your desire, then the presence gets highlighted. There is no resistance, and there is manifestation.